this working? Testing 1 2 1 2.
So a while back I did a supplement review on Jeff Cavalier's post-workout supplement Accelerate. I received an overwhelming response of people wanting to know more. They particularly wanted to know what supplements I was referencing in the video, and they want to know what supplements I take and what supplements I recommend. So I thought it would be only fair to do a follow-up video on supplementing with common sense. That's good. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. First, I'm gonna share with you what supplement company I use to get the majority of my supplements from. I'm also going to share with you what bodybuilding supplements I use. In this video here, in this part 1 video, I'm just gonna go through pre-workout supplementation. Now, the second part of the video, I'm gonna be going through intra-workout supplementation and post-workout supplementation. I'm also going to share with you the supplements I no longer take for various reasons, having to do with experience and some research. Let's get started. Now, many people emailed me, wanted to know what supplements was I referencing in the video, because it seems like a really good supplement, and comparing it to Athlean-X's Accelerate. And the company that I was referencing is NutriBio.com. Specifically, I was referencing their Classic Whey and their Muscle Matrix. Now, you can go and check out their website at NutriBio.com, and you can take a look at those products for yourself. Now, the reason why I love getting the majority of my supplements from NutriBio is because of their quality control. I think it's just awesome. They make all of their own products in their own facility, which, by the way, is inspected by the FDA. So they can see the whole process from beginning to end. Usually when somebody goes ahead and sells a supplement, they usually have to rely on a third-party company to prepare the supplements for them, and therefore they can't see the whole process from beginning to end. Another reason why I like working with NutriBio is because they don't ever use proprietary blends. They give you the proper dosage amounts of each ingredient, and they don't use any artificial fillers or, worthless crap like that. And unlike what you see in a lot of YouTube videos, if you look at my description box below, you're not gonna find a discount code to get any type of percentage off of any type of supplements that NutriBio is selling. And the reason for that is because I'm not sponsored by them, I'm not affiliated with them, so this is actually a good thing, because when I put out a video that says this is an objective analysis of a particular supplement that I'm reviewing, you can be rest assured that it is an objective analysis. There's no conflict of interest there. I'm not bought by a supplement company, I'm not sponsored by a supplement company, and I can be totally transparent and honest with you. Now, everybody who's been emailing me questions, I've been referring them to NutriBio. So, NutriBio, if you're listening, and if your sales have gone up a bit, you're welcome. All right, so let's talk pre-workout supplementation. I usually start with caffeine anhydrous at 300 milligrams. There is probably no other supplement ingredient that you can find that's going to be more effective than caffeine, especially if you're involved in high intensity exercises such as weightlifting, which also can be useful for team sports like soccer and rugby, and other things like Spartan races, where you have a prolonged period of time, but in that time you are performing intermittent high intensity exercises or high intensity activities. Then caffeine by far is the most effective. Some of the other benefits of caffeine is that it does have a slight fat burning effect, or what they call lipolysis. And like I mentioned before, it's something that's definitely going to help your endurance during exercise. But let's talk about some of the things that are bad about caffeine. Especially if you're sensitive to it, it can increase your blood pressure and it can cause hypertension. Another important fact when it comes to caffeine is that we can easily build a tolerance to it. And this happens to all of us. We go out and we buy a pre-workout supplement that contains caffeine, and we start using it in the beginning and we think it's great and we feel energized, but then after a few weeks, it just doesn't have the same effect as it used to when we originally bought the product. And that's obviously because of the tolerance that we've built up into it. But here's the mistake. The mistake is when people go out and start looking for another
pre-workout supplement that contains a higher dosage of caffeine, and that's not the solution. Once a tolerance is there, a higher dosage of caffeine is not going to make things better. What you need to do is cycle off of the caffeine for at least a month, and then come back again when the tolerance level is back to where it was when we originally started supplementing with caffeine.
The next ingredient I want to talk about is L-citrulline malate at 8 grams. Now, L-citrulline malate is an amino acid that actually gets turned into L-arginine in the kidneys. Now, arginine supposedly increases blood flow to the muscles, is a precursor to nitric oxide, and some claim that it raises growth hormone levels. But basically, in my experience and after doing some research, L-arginine is actually pretty much a waste of time and a waste of money. So surprisingly, supplementing with L-citrulline malate actually raises L-arginine levels a lot more than actually supplementing with L-arginine itself. Now, L-citrulline malate reduces fatigue and improves endurance for both anaerobic and aerobic exercises. On top of that, it helps relieve muscle soreness. Now, L-citrulline malate may lead to higher protein synthesis and protein content in the muscle. However, that study was actually conducted on rats, so you may want to just take that at face value. However, there are other studies suggesting that L-citrulline malate may enhance the nitrogen balance in humans. Now, studies suggest that supplementing with L-citrulline malate may be beneficial for those training in the higher rep ranges. So if you're a power lifter who's usually doing heavy reps at 1 to 3 reps, maybe even 5 reps, then supplementing with L-citrulline malate may not be a good idea for you. But if you're training aerobically and if you are training anaerobically, let's say lifting weights in the hypertrophy range of 8 to 12 reps, maybe even more, then L-citrulline malate may help you with improving your performance in the gym.
Now, in regards to pre-workout supplementation, that's basically it. That's basically what I use. And I found that from experience, less is usually more, in more ways than one. First, let me give you an example of how I mix this. I use a number of different ways. I'll show you a couple of examples. So what I'll do is I usually get caffeine in capsules, in 200 milligram capsules, and I will either take the capsules before my workout, or I will break open 1.5 capsules so that I have about 300 milligrams of caffeine. Mix that in with like 8 ounces of water. And then I will mix in 8 grams of L-citrulline malate. And then what I'll do is I'll use a flavor enhancer, water enhancer, like Mio Vitamins or Mio Energy or something like that. Mix it in with the flavor that I'm in the mood for at the time, and that's it. Now, sometimes when I'm preparing for like some high intensity work, I like to mix my supplements with some electrolytes as well, so that I can just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So what I'll usually do is I will go to a place like Whole Foods and I'll purchase these electrolyte tablets called Noon or None. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I'll break it open, stick it in a water bottle, and I'll also mix in my L-citrulline malate and my caffeine, and shake it up. And basically I have to wait until the tablets actually dissolve within the water, and I'll consume that before my workout. And that way I've already got the electrolytes in my body. I'm ready for some high intensity work and I'm good to go.
All right, so now let's talk about the cost of how much this is going to cost you. Now remember that the cost is going to vary depending on the dosage of each ingredient that you use, which can actually be a good thing, because once you buy a pre-made pre-workout supplement, you're pretty much stuck with the dosage and the amount that you're paying for that dosage. Now, generally speaking, you may want to supplement with caffeine anywhere between 100 to 300 milligrams, depending on your tolerance or preference level. And with citrulline malate, you may want to supplement anywhere between 6 to 8 grams. So basically, it's really up to you. You can customize this any way you want in order for it to fit your particular needs. Now, I usually purchase my supplements from Amazon simply because of the free shipping. At the time of recording this video, I'm able to find 2,000 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous for $11, which comes out to about 11 cents per serving for a package that contains 100 servings. Now, I often supplement with caffeine at 300 milligrams, even though sometimes I use 200 milligrams, which means that the cost would come out to about 22 cents per serving for about 50 days. So a 30-day supply would equal out to approximately $6.60. Now, with L-citrulline malate, I purchased that supplement from a company called Primaforce. I'll buy their 2,000 milligram container for about $13, which is about 13 cents per serving for 100 servings. Now, since I supplement with 8 grams of citrulline malate, the cost comes out to about 52 cents per serving, and that will last me for about 25 days. The grand total of everything for those 2 supplements is about $19.60. Now, when you compare that to the $30, $40, $50 pre-workout supplement that's out there, that's not too bad, especially when you're talking about ingredients that you can customize yourself for your particular needs. Now, I know that I mentioned to you that I was going to talk about the supplements that I no longer take, and unfortunately, since I'm way past 10 minutes in this video, I want to cut it short, and I'm going to leave that information for the next video. But just for your information, the supplements I was going to mention was L-tyrosine and L-theanine, or theanine. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but those supplements actually are not that bad, but the one I really wanted to focus on was branched-chain amino acids, and I think that you may want to hear what I have to say about that. So I'll leave that for the next video, and I will conclude by saying this. I say it all the time: some supplements will work for some people sometimes, but good diet and nutrition works for all people, all of the time, every time. See you at the next video. So now you see how you can actually combine different plant-based protein sources to improve its amino acid profile.